Okay, kids, we're back. Okay, now we're going to talk about standing waves, fundamental frequencies. If you look at your wave notes, okay, I'm going to wave notes here, second page, open that bad Larry up. We get down here to standing waves. There we go, standing waves. And I had you were supposed to be drawing those the other day. We didn't quite get to them. You know, sometimes I go off on a tangent. It's okay, it's all right, it's okay, right? Okay. Yeah, so I didn't quite get to standing waves. So let's talk about standing waves. Standing waves are when you have, oh, let me show you. So I have a slinky. Yeah, I saw my slinky in the other video. We're doing this with the slinky, we're doing this with the slinky. Okay, so we have transverse, longitudinal. And so now what I'm going to do is, now it'd be much better if you were here. I usually have a member of the studio audience. You know, I have this 2-meter slinky, and I have a bunch of them. This is a short, this is a regular slinky. But I take like 2 or 3 of these, put them together, and I have one person on one end and me on the other end, and we do all kinds of fun things with it. But we can't, so try my best just to do it on my own. So if I take the slinky and open up to yay amount, okay, and I send one pulse, one energy burst down the slinky, and let's see what happens to it. Okay, watch it. You can actually, it goes quite fast. Actually, I'll make it go slower. And I can do that by increasing the amount of coils that it has to go through. More coils, more mass, more inertia, slower. So I'm going to make it go a little slower. I made more coils in the slinky moving part right here. So here we go, one pulse. All right, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Do it one more time, one more time. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's reflecting. Now eventually it runs out of energy. It's called damping. Let's actually write that word down. It's damping, damping. If any of you have ever played probably the best video game ever, and I mean this, I'm not kidding, best video game ever was Zelda and the Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I know, it's like 20 years old, don't matter. Still awesome. Yeah, you go check out game ratings of all time ever, and like Ocarina of Time, bam, there. But in one part of it, you had to get your hook shot. And you had to get it by chasing this guy through a graveyard. His name was Dampy. We're not talking Dampy, okay? It's a different thing. We're talking damping, damping. Damping means the reduction of energy as a wave spreads out. Okay, energy begins to decrease, to go down, damping. So the loss of energy as wave propagates, that means moves, from its source. Loss of energy as wave moves from its source. Or even with my hand, so the source here is my right hand, so I'll make a wave, so as the wave moves from the source, it eventually loses energy and runs out of steam. Well, the reason it does that, there is some air here, some air resistance. That's not a lot, though. I mean, we can do this in space, and we'd still get damping. And what happens is that it hits my hand on the reflection, and every time it hits my hand, it loses some energy to my hand. My hand gets all energized. Wah! Yeah, so we lose energy for different reasons as the wave propagates. Now, if a wave is in the ocean, let's say like a meteorite comes and hits the water. You get this wave moving out. But over time, the height of the wave is going to dissipate because the area increases. So as area increases, the amplitude decreases as that amount of energy gets spread out over a larger and larger area. That's called damping. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to this. So I've got Slinky now. And we're going to, one more time, send another one. Watch, so much fun, so much fun. We'll send a wave, goes back and forth, goes back and forth, goes back and forth, and stop. Now, what I'm going to do is send more than one wave. I was just sending one wave. I'll send wave after wave after wave at the same frequency. In other words, I'll keep my arm going up and down at the same rate. And let's see what happens. All right, so here we go. You ready? Okay. Okay, wait. Whoa, exciting. Let me just do this one more time with one and see how high the energy is. See what the amplitude is when I just do that once. Okay, and I get about that high, that low, that high, that low. Check this out. So here we go. One wave after another. Called a wave train. One wave after another. Now I am hardly moving my right wrist. I'm hardly moving my right wrist. The wrist on the left to you. Hardly moving it. Look at the amplification we get of this bad Larry. Look at this. Huge amplification. Why is that? Well, one, I've created a standing wave. Why is it called standing wave? because you no longer see the pulses moving back and forth. You don't see the individual pulse because they're interfering with each other. It doesn't look like there's a pulse going back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, but there is. But now it looks like the wave is standing in place. Okay, it's just moving up and down in place. You don't see the wave moving anymore because I'm creating wave after wave after wave. And I'm hardly moving my wrist. I got massive amounts of displacement here. But I am creating a standing wave. A wave where you don't see the individual pulses anymore. You just see something which seems to be just moving like the wheels on the bus. The wheels on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The wheels on the bus go up and down all day long. Okay, whoa, they just came from all down inside. Now, I made a standing wave. Again, called a standing wave because you don't see the individual pulses moving back and forth. You just see the result of multiple pulses working on portions of the slinky. So you just see the slinky going boom, 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 boom. You don't see this. You see boom, boom. Okay, so that's why I call it standing wave. Now, what I did is I created this. Ooh, squeaky marker. Squeaky marker's almost a dead marker. Woo! Now, this is my hand. This is my hand. And here was that slinky moving up and down. Lots of amplification. Why do we get lots of amplification? Because I'm creating wave and after wave, so I get a reflection, the first wave interfering with the second wave, which I'm producing, and we get constructive interference. We get maximum amplification. We get constructive interference. Huh? There's that interference thing coming back again. So as a result, I get maximum amplification, and this is called an antinode. An antinode. Sometimes called a loop. A loop. Like in Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, so tasty and good. Toucan Sam, awesome. Then here I have my hand in my hand. These are called nodes. Nodes, but I bet you know that. I bet you know that. Node. So this is called a node. This is called a node. And that's where you don't have any amplification. Okay, it goes up in my hand, it's just dead, it dies, boom, boom, dead, 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 you'll be dead. Once again, Star Wars. So you end up getting two places of no amplification, nodes, and place of maximum amplification, antinode. All right, now, what I'm going to do, this is actually called the fundamental or first harmonic. Harmonica. First harmonic. Fundamental or first harmonic. So what that is, I mean, we can start talking about harmonics, and if you're a singer person, you in music theory, I'm sure you probably learn about harmonics. I'm not a music person, but harmonics have something to do with what are called frequencies, fundamental frequency, first harmonic, fundamental frequency. That's when you have one antinode and two nodes. Okay, that's called the fundamental frequency. So, and check this out, check it out. It's got a different color. It's a horse of a different color. So now I've created 1/2 of a wave. When you have two nodes and an antinode, the fundamental frequency represents 1/2 of a wavelength. So this is 1/2 of a lambda. Remember, lambda means wavelength. So that's 1/2 of a lambda. So now what I've done is I've created 1/2. See, if we watch this thing here, up, down. So we have crest, trough, where the piggies eat, crest and trough. That's a full wavelength. So the fundamental represents 1/2 of a wavelength. All right, let me show you something else here. So you do my skills, my sweet skills. I got skills. Skills that kills. Girls like guys who got skills. Nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills, Napoleon Dynamite. All right, now, what I'm going to do, I can probably pull this off in the area that I have here on the screen, I think. We'll try it, we'll find out, I guess. So what I'm going to do is increase my frequency beyond what I did the last time. I'm going to double it from what I did on the last one. The last one, I made this standing wave with the fundamental frequency, one antinode or one loop. I'm going to double the frequency, see what happens. Here we go, I'm pumped. Usually what I'll do is I take a student in class and headbutt them to get all pumped up. But nobody's here, so we'll just do it, pretend. So here we go, double the frequency. Oh, wait, no. Okay, Try that again. Try that again. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, 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 oh. What do we got? What do we got? I've got two bumpies. I got a bumpy in my left by my left hand, and a bumpy by my right hand. And I got a spot in the middle. Look in the middle. Spot in the middle doesn't move very much at all. So what I've done is I've created two bumpies. Actually, two bumpies represents a full wavelength. Can you see that? I hope you can. I hope the camera can capture this because I'm doing some sweet job here. This is awesome. This is skills it kills. Okay? Whew, I'm stopping because I'm getting exhausted. Oh, my arms are so out of shape. Now, what I did, it also kind of kills the slinky too. I kind of, that's what happens to slinky. It don't last very long. Okay, so I did this. I created a standing wave. Again, I had a lot of waves I was creating, but you don't watch them go back and forth. All you can see is the vibration as a result of the constructive and destructive interference. So we can see that happening, and we ended up getting a standing wave of this. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? I hope so. I hope that shows up because that took a lot of skill. Years of training. Years of training. I went to the Himalayas, met the Dalai Lama, taught me for 12 years. That's the kind of skill that takes. So what I ended up getting was 3 nodes where my hands were, and in the middle there was a spot that it wasn't moving. You can see the two bumpies, and there was a spot that was staying still, a node. Here I have the antinode. I'll put A for that. Node, 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 antinode. 3 nodes. You know that. It's still funny. So now what did I do? I created 2 bumpies. This is called the second harmonic. The second harmonic. You kids are all relatively intelligent people. I think you can see what happens. Every time you create an antinode or a maximum displacement area, that becomes the number of the harmonic. Now, if we had kids in class, I can create 3 of these. With the I doubt it. I'll give it a shot. But on the screen here, not a lot of, I really got to move my hand here. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got it. 3 bumpies. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited, but that's exhausting. I'm going to have to take a nap after this video. So what I did, every time that you get a bumpy, you have a number. Third harmonic was what I just actually did. I actually was able to do that. I didn't have faith in me. I know you kids did. You kids, I appreciate your faith in me. So I did this, where I had 3 bumpies, and now I have the third harmonic. Those are standing waves. Okay, standing waves are created when you have constructive interference and you create that maximum amplification. Okay, so that's standing waves. Let's see. One other thing I just want to mention just real quick, we'll wrap this video up, is talking about waves. Earlier I had said, if I stretch the spring, if I stretch the spring, a spring and slinky together is a sprinky. If I stretch this out and I make a wave, it goes really fast. If I take a lot of coils and do the same thing, it doesn't go as fast. Well, why is that? There's more mass there to move, and more mass means more inertia, so it takes more time to have that energy and move that material. Think about strings. If you play piano, or you've seen piano strings before, you know, when you have the boom, 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 that's the wrong way, boom, 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 boom. Okay, look at those strings. The boom, boom, boom is a thick string. Okay, the boop, boop, boop is a thin string. Guitars, you play a guitar? Maybe you do. Maybe you play violin. It's the same thing. That the thicker the string, the blank the pitch. The blank the curveball. Here comes my curve. Watch out. I had a good curveball back in the day. I did. Oh yeah. The pitch. That's what I'm talking about. So the thicker the string, the boom, 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 the lower the pitch. The thinner the string, boom, bing, 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 the higher the pitch. Well, why is that? Remember, here's what we got going on. Pitch is analogous to frequency. They mean the same thing. So when we talk about sound and listening to somebody sing, we usually call that pitch. We don't talk about their frequency. We could, but we usually don't. So pitch and frequency, same thing. So if you have a heavy string, it's harder to move it. And so if it's harder to move it, it moves up and down at a slower rate lower frequency, lower pitch. And if you have a high peak frequency from a string instrument, it's because it's a thin and easier to vibrate, faster frequency, higher pitch. So sometimes you'll notice, like in piano strings, they'll take a string and wrap another string around it. Well, what are you doing there? You're increasing the mass, and therefore making it harder to move up and down, lower frequency, lowering the pitch. Okay, I think that should kind of wrap up the first 2 pages. We've gone through some of these in class, but should wrap up the first 2 pages. Well, not down here in sound. I'm gonna make separate videos for the sound down here, but now you should be ready to rock and or roll on that homework, page 316, and answer those questions. Okay, kids, whew, I gotta take a nap because I'm exhausted. Well,